2023 has been an incredible year for sneaker releases. Even though the sneaker market is down, some of the drops have been some of my favorite of the last couple years. And even through the end of December, we're still getting fire release after fire release, and because there's so many crazy releases happening, some of the better releases are getting left by the wayside. People don't seem to care about them. And I feel like that's the case for one of my favorite releases of December, the Air Jordan 3 Midnight Navy. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today I'm reviewing the upcoming, or I guess by the time you might have watched this video, recently released Air Jordan 3 Midnight Navy, one of the best sneakers to drop in December of 2023. But before we get into the reasons why I think this is one of the best releases of December, let me first tell you guys about the sponsor of today's video, Sole Premise. So we're in it. We're in the holidays. We're in the most busy time of the year, the time of the year that we travel the most. And for me, one of my travel essentials is my Sole Premise bag. I bring this bag with me everywhere, whether it's to the office, whether it's on a road trip like I did to Kansas a couple weeks ago, which yes, was to visit family, but I wasn't trying to stunt on my granddad, although I coulda, because I brought some heat with me. And the reason I love my Sole Premise bag is because it's specifically designed to carry my sneakers. In the case of this backpack, you can carry up to 5 pairs of shoes, your laptop, all your tech accessories, and even some clothing. It's incredibly versatile and it's TSA approved, which means you can bring it onto the airplane with you. You don't have to check your expensive sneakers underneath the airplane and not know exactly where they're going. Well, you'd hope that they'd go to the same place that you're going because it's on the same airplane, but you never know. And not only that, Sole Premise has you covered no matter what kind of bag that you need, whether it's a duffel bag, a hard shell suitcase, really anything. Smaller backpacks, bigger backpacks, crossbody bags, they got everything. So if you want to check out Sole Premise for yourself, make sure to click the link at the top of the description below and use my code Seth for 40% off your entire order. But now let's get back into the sneakers themselves. The Air Jordan 3 Midnight Navies officially drop on December 16th, 2023 for a retail price of $200, which could be one of the reasons why this shoe is not as popular as I think it could have been. This shoe is currently reselling for under retail. So you can go on StockX right now and grab a pair for like $150. It's wild. And actually, if you want to do that, I've made sure to leave links to this shoe on the YouTube shopping tab where you can grab this shoe for under retail before it even releases. And with that in mind, this pair of Air Jordan 3s at a price of, let's say, $160 to $180 is a no-brainer. This shoe is incredibly clean and it comes in at a great price if you get it for under retail. But when you buy the shoe, not only are you getting the sneaker, but you're also getting the box. That was my awful transition into reviewing the box. This is your pretty standard Air Jordan 3 box. Well, I guess not totally standard because it does feature the elephant print on the left side of the box, depending on which side of the box you're looking at. And then of course you've got the white matte finish on the other side with a Jumpman off center in a midnight navy. The rest of the box is pretty plain with the elephant print continuing around the outside of the box. And then on one end of the box, you've got the size tag. I grabbed a size 8.5, which is not my true size. I'm usually a size 9, or I am a size 9. And the reason I did that is because GOAT didn't have a size 9 for instant ship. So I had to go with the size 8.5, which still fits, but we'll get into sizing a little bit later on in the video. And the official colorway of this shoe is, as probably expected, white midnight navy. But getting into the actual sneaker itself, you might recognize this color blocking from classic Air Jordan 3s, like the Fire Red 3s. And surprisingly, throughout this sneaker, there are a couple changes that Jordan Brand made to make this shoe much more similar to the original shape and feel of the Air Jordan 3s versus some of the more recent releases. So while this isn't an OG colorway, it does kind of feel like an OG pair of 3s. Starting off around the toe of the sneaker, you've got this pretty thin elephant print mudguard, which is actually pretty similar to the OGs. The suede used on the mudguard is very dark gray, and of course you've got the Preston elephant print details, which seem relatively inconsistent, of course, across Air Jordan 3s recently, with the manufacturing processes not being amazing. But one thing that I have noticed on the pairs of these that I've seen, the elephant print does seem to be a little bit slimmer, which is closer to the OGs. However, on my pair, on the inside of the shoe, it gets very thick, even though the outside's very thin, which is odd, very inconsistent, but it is what it is. Regardless, I like the way that the elephant print looks. Moving up from the elephant print, you've got this very smooth white leather finishing off the mudguard, and then in the center of the toe, you've got this nicely tumbled white leather. Now on my pair, this leather is super heavily textured, which is fine. Feels relatively soft. It's your standard Air Jordan 3 leather. It's nothing special. And then moving up from there, you get to the eye stays of the sneaker, which feature these bright blue eyelets. I guess it's not really bright blue. It's more of like a midnight navy blue. And then just above that, you've got this gray leather panel that's perforated and your white plastic eyelets. Weaving through the eyelets, you've got a set of flat white laces, which unfortunately are the only laces that you get inside the box. You don't get anything else. Not that I'd really want any other color, but it would be nice to have the option, especially for a $200 sneaker. And then underneath that, you've got more of this gray perforated leather on the bottom half of the tongue, and then on the top half of the tongue, you've got some white leather with the midnight navy Jumpman embroidered into the center. Moving inside the sneaker, you've got this gray fabric sock liner on the back half of the ankle area, and then on the back of the tongue, you've got this midnight navy sock liner. And then rounding off the inside of the shoe, you've got a midnight navy colored insole with the Jumpman printed on the heel in white. But at this point in the video, why don't we take these guys outside on the deck, see what my wife thinks of them, and also see how they fit. All right, I got a new pair of sneakers for you. Now you might like these because they look just like what you're wearing right now, except different colorway. These are Jordan 3s.
Yeah, they're cool.
You like them?
That's like what I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, the same silhouette, just different colorway. What do you think? Out of 10?
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Pretty nice? Pretty nice out of 10. Okay, great.
I did have to go with a size 8.5 because that was the only one that was available on Goat Instant Ship. So these are going to be a little bit smaller than my standard Air Jordan 3s. However, I do have pairs of 8.5 Air Jordan 3s, so I know generally how they feel. Of course, if you guys want to check out the brand new Marissa Hill Apothecary Shade TV collection, it's available right now on Apothecary's website, apthcry.com. You've got all the different slouch socks looking very, very clean. All right. Yeah. I feel like these Jordan sizing portions of the video are always like really consistent. They're always like, they fit true to size. It's always the same.
It's good to know it's consistent, though.
That's true. I mean, that's one thing that Jordan and Nike do really well. They always have like very consistent sizing for their Jordans.
And they look nice on foot.
They do, don't they, right?
Mm-hmm. They look good with your socks and
Definitely.
pants.
Hey, I appreciate that. But yeah, if you're grabbing these, you're probably gonna have a lot of these available in stores. I don't think these are gonna sell out immediately, so you do have some time to try them on first before you buy them, but I would suggest going true to size. You should be just fine, or grab whatever size you usually grab in Air Jordan 3s. But that's my recommendation. That being said, it's cold. I'm gonna get back into the studio.
Continuing back in the sneaker, you've got more of that tumbled white leather, you've got another midnight navy hit around the top of the ankle, and then of course you've got your elephant print towards the back of the heel. Around the top of the ankle area, you've got this midnight navy colored leather, which is perforated, similar to the Fire Red 3s, which features the accent color in this area too. In that case it's red, in this case it's midnight navy. And then moving around to the heel of the shoe, you've got this white heel tab with the Jumpman on the heel in blue. Moving down on the sneaker, you've got this split midsole, split between white and blue. Of course you've got your exposed air unit towards the heel, and then moving to the bottom of the sneaker, you've got this gray rubber outsole accented by midnight navy hits. You've got the Jordan in midnight navy, and then rounding off the look, you've got this white rubber area in the midfoot. So while the midnight navy Air Jordan 3s aren't anything spectacular, they're not even really anything that different from what we've seen recently. This is still a very solid release. It's got that sort of OG vibe while not being an OG colorway, and it's one of the cleanest Air Jordan 3s to drop all year. And to be fair, we were supposed to get this next year, so we're kind of getting this early. It's like an early Christmas. Around Christmas. Plus, I mean, hey, if you can grab this shoe for under retail, I definitely recommend it. It's a solid release, very wearable. The colorway is ridiculously clean, and for $160, which is I think around what you can get it for, might be worth picking up. I mean, honestly, even for the $200 retail price, it's still not a bad price. This shoe, hey, could sell out. Kind of doubt it. The Fear 3s didn't sell out, but I think the shoe is worth it even at $200. Obviously better if you can get it for cheaper, but either way. But hey, at this point in the video, I would love to know your thoughts on the Midnight Navy 3s and whether you're planning to grab a pair for yourself when they officially release. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you all in the next one.